And how many end users you are handling right now along with the computer count?
Approximately 150 to 200.
And that client, it is from India or any other client, international client?
Mm. No, 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 only India only.
And you are from Mumbai, you told me, right?
No, no, AP, Andhra Pradesh.
Okay, you both are from the Andhra Pradesh. And both are
Andhra
working
Pradesh.
for the same organization or the different?
No, no, no. I am working, and another person is a businessman. He's not working in any IT field. Just he want to learn. That's it.
Okay, perfect. Someone is calling me. Just give me a minute.
Sure.
Yeah, hi Mayur. Bolo. Good morning. Yeah, sorry guys. Can you hear me? Guys, can you hear me? Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Am I audible, right?
Just tell. Yes, audible.
Okay. So, do you guys have any idea on Citrix part? What is Citrix? If you heard somewhere or if you have read something over the internet or any other portal.
Yes, yes. As you know, Citrix is a cloud-based technology which is used for to deploy the virtual machines. Am I right?
Hmm. Yes. Go ahead.
Yeah. With the help of Citrix, we can deploy our virtual machines to the end users, and we
Hmm.
can support them remotely.
Okay. So basically, when it comes to the Citrix, it is most
Yes.
popular for
Yeah.
their two products in the field of the virtualization. And
Okay.
the most popular product names are Citrix, GenApp, and GenDesktop. So earlier, those products were named as GenApp and GenDesktop, but now, after the release of Citrix version 7.15, they guys renamed their product from GenApp and GenApp to Virtual App and GenDesktop to the Virtual Desktop. So right now, the recent product name is Virtual Desktop and Virtual Apps. Okay, and older name was GenApp and GenDesktop. And it is a company which is located the head office in US, Florida, and it is most popular for two products. Okay, and it out here.
Okay.
So, okay, what is virtualization?
Okay.
No, I'm asking you what is virtualization. Any idea on
What
that
your
part?
virtualization means, we don't have any physical components. We are maintaining any cloud components. That is, as I know, that is one is cloud component.
Mm-hmm. So basically,
Hmm.
with the help of the virtualization, what we can do, we can utilize
Hmm.
any hardware up to its maximum efficiency. In
Okay.
in ideal world, maximum efficiency it should be 100%, but practically it is not possible. We are having some losses as well, like heat losses, memory or hardware losses as well. So for an example, like what we can do, if I have to create 10 virtual machines, right?
Right.
So I have two options here, like Either I can purchase 10 laptops for the 10 users, or I can purchase a single hardware with good configuration. For an example, 100 GB of RAM, right? So in that case, what
Yes.
I can do on that single server, I can create 10 virtual machines and I can directly publish the 10 virtual machines to my end users.
Okay.
So this is how it works. So in data center, physical servers is always there. Even if you are working over the cloud, that means you are accessing the resource or the computer that should be hosted on a physical server over the globe. But you are accessing it over the internet. So for end user, it is a cloud. But for us, for Citrix engineers, it is a physical server located somewhere in data centers. Okay. So like
Right.
like if you are creating any virtual machine using Google Cloud or using AWS or any other cloud platform, right? So whenever you are
Yes.
creating any virtual machine on AWS, for an example, right? So that machine is
Okay.
actually creating on a physical server that is located in AWS data center. Okay, for you it is over the web browser, right? But
Yes. For the
physically,
end user, it is the cloud.
yeah, but physically that machine it should be hosted on any physical hardware. Why? Because without any hardware you cannot host any operating system, right?
Right.
Okay. Now coming to the working and key components or the core components of the Citrix. So basically in Citrix, like starting from left hand side, so this part you have nothing to worry for that part. Why? Because these are our end user devices, and in end user
Okay.
devices what we have to do, we have to ask our system administrator or desktop support engineer to install one application in their laptop, which is known as Citrix Workspace, and along with some web browser. Okay, so that part has been
Okay.
taken care by your desktop guy. Okay, and that
Okay.
right hand part, that is our data center in which we will host all of our virtual machines, all of the resources, whatever is required. Okay, so as you can see, like multiple core components are there. I will cover each and every core component separately when we will go ahead in upcoming classes with the practicals and the labs. Okay. So I think these two features are very, very basic. You might have some idea on that part, right? What is Active Directory
Right.
server and what is SQL
Yes.
server? These are not from a
Yes.
Citrix, these are from the Microsoft. Okay. So, okay, what is Active
Okay.
Directory?
Shall I tell you?
Yeah, yeah.
Active Directory is a directory where we can manage the users, like username, passwords, and departments, everything. Right?
User accounts and computers both we can manage, right?
Yes.
Okay. And what is SQL server?
SQL Server is nothing but it is a database server where we can manage the user's data,
Yes, user data, logs, whatever the activities is
logs,
going on. Yeah,
event activity,
yes. So
etc.
basically, these two products are the separate, but we have to consider these two components in the data center. Why? Because we need user authentication, some username and password, right? Then after we
Right.
will be able to, allow the user to get into our infra. So,
Yes.
mhm,
Whenever user enters a credential, it will goes to the Active Directory.
right.
Okay. Right. Then it will search into a database.
Yeah, then it will search into the database like which resource is available or published to which user, right? It will check with
Is
the
user
database.
authenticate or not?
Yeah, and on the next page, user will get the uh, icons on the
Storefront.
storefront server. Okay, so basically,
Yes.
how it works? This is your end user device. In end user,
Okay.
user must have to open the web browser. In web browser, user must have to enter the URL, the storefront URL. So once user
Yes.
open that URL, user will get a window and it will ask user to enter some credentials, username or password. Okay, so once
Okay.
user enter the password, that query it will go to the delivery controller. Why? Because it is a core component or it is a mastermind of the entire data center operation. So delivery controller actually knows which server is responsible to handle that query. So in our case, that query it is related to the user authentication. So it will directly forward the query to AD server to
Okay.
check like credentials are valid or not. And if credentials are valid, in that case, what will happen? It will forward the query to DC, delivery controller, and that will forward the query again to SQL server to check into database like which application, which virtual machine, whatever is published to end user. It will collect logs from here, and then on the next page, after entering the credentials, a user will get the resources available on the next screen. Okay, so it is a very nanosecond task. Okay, user just have
Okay.
to enter the credential, and within a second user will get the resources. So this is how it works. Now coming to the top components. So basically these three components, these are for the Citrix engineers, Citrix administrators. With the help of Studio, so Studio, it is a GUI console. It is a graphic user interface console.
Interface.
With the help of that, our Citrix engineer will be able to manage the entire data center operations, right? Means user do not, like our engineers just have to, for an example, if our engineer wants to create a new virtual machine or publish new virtual machine to end user. So user will, like our engineer will never go to delivery controller, AD server and here and there, right? The entire operations he can manage with a single console, which is known as the studio. I will let you know how it looks like in upcoming days, okay? And basically director, so Citrix director, it is a tool, it is a web-based tool to troubleshoot the issues related to the virtual machines. Means if end users are complaining like they are unable to access the virtual machines or getting some error like application not launching or not working or VDI is down, okay, so those kind of troubleshooting has been done with the help of director console. And license server, it is something related to the licensing part, okay? Why? Because we have to purchase the license from Citrix, and if we have got a license for 100 machines, for an example, right? So in that case, our license server will allocate the license to the 100 machines only, okay? If we are exceeding the license limitation, in that case, you will get some alert, right? Like you are having license for 100 machines and you are using 120 machines, right? So in that case, you will get some notification from Citrix.
Right.
And here, this is very important, the hypervisor. Why? Because all of these virtual machines will be hosted on the hypervisor only, and the end user machines, what we are going to create in future, okay? So this is a
Okay.
very strong hardware with 1000 GB of RAM, multiple CPU thread, right? SSD in terabyte or petabyte, okay? So this is the actual data center. All of these machines like Active Directory, SQL Server, Storefront, all those will hosted on this hypervisor only, okay?
Yeah.
Any doubt, guys, here in this slide?
No, go on.
Okay. Now coming to the layers in Citrix. So basically in Citrix, we are having 5 layers. So as I told you, you have nothing to do with the user layer. Why? Because you just have to guide your desktop engineers to install the correct version of Citrix Workspace or the Google Chrome, right? Whatever is supported. And now the core layers are access layer, control layer, resource layer, and very important is hardware layer. So in access layer, you will find the components which is responsible to allow access. So in our case, Citrix ADC, it is a NetScaler used for the load balancing and storefront. These two components are end user facing. Why? Because whenever user hits the URL, it will hit storefront only. Then after user will be able to go to the resources. Okay. In control layer, sorry, in access layer, we are having NetScaler that is now is ADC and storefront, which is a web page. In control layer, you will find all the servers which is controlling your infra, means delivery controller,
बढ़िया था
domain controller,
बढ़िया
SQL server, license server, and file server. So file server is nothing; it is just a storage, okay, shared storage. In resource
Okay.
layer, into the resource layer, you will find all the resources, whatever you have to publish to your end users, okay, like server VDI or Windows 10 VDI, Windows 7, Windows 11 VDI, or any application, whatever you want to host, you will find each and everything in this layer. And
Okay.
this is very important layer. This is your hypervisor with good configuration of network, storage, processor, memory. And on the top of the hardware layer, you will have to host all the servers. Okay. So you can
Okay.
consider this is your hypervisor in which you have installed the Citrix hypervisor or VMware ESXi. You can use anyone. And over that VMware ESXi, you will create the multiple servers. Any doubt, guys, here?
No, no.
Okay. Now, coming to the segments, what I have decided and how we will be continue to complete the entire Citrix training. So, this is our first session. This is a kind of introduction or the prerequisites, like what is Citrix, what is introduction, what are the prerequisites, what kind of hardware you guys must have, or what kind of skills you have to complete the labs. From tomorrow onwards, what we will do, we will go with the practicals, like how to install and configure the delivery controller and other core components. And okay, these sessions will be lengthy, like session number 2, session number 3 and 4. Why? Because in these sessions we have to perform some installation part. Okay, so that installation, it will
No.
take a while. And
Sure.
in the third one, we will learn how to configure the hypervisor. In our case, we are using the Citrix hypervisor. But in production, okay, very very important, like into the market, whenever you go anywhere in any MNC or in any company, you will find three types of hypervisor only. Okay, your first one, it is from VMware, that is known as VMware ESXi. Second one is from Citrix, that is Citrix hypervisor. And third one, it is from Microsoft, which is known as the Hyper-V. Okay,
Okay.
so everywhere we will find these three hypervisors only, with some options here and there. Like in Citrix hypervisor, you will find a few options at left side. In your VMware ESXi, some yellow kind of console is there with some different options. Okay, but all the options will be same actually, quite equivalent.
Options are same. Just interface is different.
Yes, yes. Interface, or sometimes like the kind of naming conventions they are using, so that may be
Looks
different.
similar.
Yeah. Hello. Can you hear
Yes.
me, guys?
Go on. Yes, yes.
Okay. So in the next one, we will learn how to create our first site and how to add delivery controller to that site. In the fifth one, we will learn how to create and configure master image or golden image and how to install the virtual delivery agent. In the sixth one, we will learn to create the machine catalogs, then to configure the delivery groups. In the eighth one, we will learn how to install and configure the storefront server. In the ninth one, we will test up our deployment, like what we have deployed. In the ninth one, we will
Okay.
act as an end user. Okay, we will use some web
Okay.
browser and we will try to access the resources. And
Okay.
tenth one, it is for like troubleshooting, backup, or disaster recovery kind of uh, scenarios. We will create some real-time based scenarios. Like if your storefront goes down, what will be the impact on the lab, right? If a delivery controller goes down, what will be the impact on the lab? So those kind of things we will cover in tenth one. And tenth one, it is for at least 2 to 5 days. Why? Because we have to create multiple scenarios, right? As you
Okay.
will find like the issues in production always, right?
Right.
Now, coming to the lab. So to deploy the entire data center operations along with the servers, whatever is required, right? So you can see my first server is DC, that is stand for the domain controller, and my domain name is techmtech.com. So this is my first server. My second server is DDC, which is known as a delivery controller, Citrix delivery controller, and I have joined this machine into my domain, and both of my servers are running on Windows Server 2022. You can use 2019 as well, that is not an issue, but I will recommend you if you can go with the latest version, and that will be always
Yes.
good.
Okay.
And these two are my hypervisors, Gen Server 01 and Gen Server 02. I will use these hypervisors to host all of my virtual machines.
Okay.
These two machines are my end user machines, like Windows 10 Client 01 and Client 02, and we will use these machines to resource our like to access our resources. And no. Okay, I think I modified this by mistake, so this is not actually, that should be storefront.
जिन्हें कई को ऐसा नहीं है clients on storefront.
Okay, so this is our storefront. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so as you can see, the requirement, like the minimum requirement, what is required to create the entire lab, like 10 plus 10, 20, 26, 28, then your 30, I think it's 32 GB of RAM is at least required to deploy the entire lab. Going next. Okay, so now this is very, very important. The basic requirement, what I need from from you guys. Some basic knowledge of Windows Server, Active Directory, and DHCP. I think you guys are fine with that part, right? And how to join
Right.
any computer into domain, right? These kind of basic operations I need. Why? Because whenever we will go with the
Okay.
practicals now, so we have to perform these kind of operations, okay? And the hardware
Okay.
requirement to set up the entire lab, like at least minimum 32 GB of RAM is required, but somehow we can manage on 20 GB as well, but on 20 GB RAM, operations will be very, very, very slow. CPU, what I required, it should be i5 or higher with at least 4 physical cores. And storage, I will recommend SSD with at least 512 GB or 500 GB. Now coming to the
Okay.
software requirement, like the software requirement, you can use Windows Server 2029 and 2022. You can select any, okay, but I will go with the 2022, the latest one, okay. And you can download it from Microsoft website at free of cost for 180 days. You can use it, right? You have nothing to pay
Okay.
for 180 days. And Windows 10 you can download. If you are unable to get the link from Microsoft website, please let me know. I will share you the link, okay. And now coming to
Okay.
the software, like Citrix ISO file. So that is Citrix virtual apps and desktop ISO media, Citrix hypervisor ISO media, and Citrix GenApp or Gen Center application. So these ISO media I will share with you. I will share one Google Drive link, and from that Google Drive link you will get 3 files. You have to download all the 3 files, okay. And you have to create one folder
Okay.
in your computer, and you can save like Citrix media or Citrix ISO, whatever do you want to give name to the that particular folder, okay.
Okay.
Now let me show you my lab. So basically this is my personal lab.
Okay.
It's gone. Okay, 100.101. Let me connect. So this is my lab. In my lab,
Okay.
what I'm doing here, I have installed this Gen Center application. Basically, this Gen Center application, it is a kind of end user interface to manage the hypervisor. So this is my Gen Center, and over here you can find this is my Gen server, Citrix hypervisor, and I think multiple students are logged in. But let me check who is accessing my server. Lucifer, Madhu. Okay. These two sessions are connected. Okay. Okay. Basically, this is a rental server that I provide my student who are unable to manage the hardware on rental basis. Sorry. With this. Hello.
Nothing, we don't know. From not our side.
Sushma, you there?
Yeah, can you hear me, Mahesh?
Now I can hear you, but you are very, very late
Yeah.
actually.
No, I was not aware. You said 11:30, right? You sent at
No,
11
I
o'clock.
told you 11 only, not 11:30.
11:30.
No worries, it is a kind of, revision for you only. We are just covering up the introduction part again with the fresh students, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, so if you want to be there, you please be there. And okay, how about your lab? I can see now what you are doing actually. You always used to create one or two machines, always. Look, I'm unable to find where is your machine. Okay, these machines you created, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Only two machines you created? Where is the storefront
Yeah.
and other stuff?
Storefront, it is there, no, below that.
Sorry, yeah. This is your storefront, this is your delivery controller, okay. Okay, let me finish this Sushma first with the new joiners, then I will connect
Okay.
with you separately, okay.
Mm-hmm.
You can go on mute, or if you have any doubt, you can ask me, okay. Okay, guys, so basically this is my lab. If you are unable to manage your hardware resources, please let me know. I will give you the lab on some rental basis, and over here you can create your virtual machine. You can follow me, whatever we will be deploying in future. So you can get access to it. But you have to do to access to the lab, you just have to open like mstsc or remote desktop connection in your machine or laptop desktop, whatever you're using, and you have to put some ip here. I will share that ip with you guys, and you will be able to connect, so that we can discuss later on the cell phone or whatever the pricing. So I'm not going to discuss that in recorded line. Okay, guys, any doubt here in this the planning, what we are planning, how we will cover up step by step? Any doubt you guys have here?
No, 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 go on.
Both of you clear, guys?
Yes,
Mm.
clear.
Okay. So from tomorrow onwards, we will go with the longer session, and that session it will be for at least 2 hours for the installation part. Okay, that installation and configuration part, it will take a while. Okay, so please
Okay.
manage to have some extra time tomorrow, at least for tomorrow only. Okay, rest of the topics will be for like 1 hour or 1.5 hours only, right? But that session it will be longer. Why? Because we have to install like multiple components like delivery controller, right? Then your license server, directory studio, SQL server in single machine. Okay, so that
Okay.
kind of roles we have to configure, so it will take a while or even more than that. Okay, for sure it will take up to 2 hours. Okay,
Okay.
any question, guys?
No. No.
You clear, both of you, in single go?
No. Bolo.
Clear.
Sushma, do you have
Hello.
any question? Yes, please tell me.
No, no, no. I don't have any questions. Go on. Go on.
Okay, so that is done from my side. Like we have covered the introduction part. From tomorrow onwards, we will go with the practicals. In the meantime, you must have to, okay, I cannot use my WhatsApp on the recording line, so just be there, guys. No, it's against the YouTube community guidelines. I cannot share on my screen. Where is my Google Drive? Just give me a minute. Citrix ISO. Okay, on your WhatsApp number, na, I ping you one link. You can open your WhatsApp
Okay.
and it will
Okay.
ask you
Just
to
a minute.
request access. Okay.
Request access. So
Yeah.
let's छोड़ो.
Please click on the request access.
Just a minute.
Mhm.
Okay, charging is no charging. Charge again.
And once you click on it, now I will get one notification to approve it. Okay.
Yes, I clicked.
Okay. Okay, refresh that page again, and you will be able to see 3 ISO files over there for Citrix. Is it visible
Where
now,
I will
guys?
find?
Sorry.
Where I will find that find, sir?
No, no, on that URL only. Na, just click on that URL.
Yes, I clicked and
And
request sent already.
no, no, just refresh that page. I already given you the access.
Just 1 minute.
Open it again.
Okay, I find 3 files.
Yes. So what you have to do, you have to download all the 3 files on your laptop, and please create one folder like Citrix ISO files or something like that, and you have to download in that folder. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, guys. So that is done
Mm.
from my side, like introduction part, and from tomorrow onwards, we will go with the practicals. Okay. In
Okay.
live infra. Okay. And we will create the
Okay.
servers, as you can see here, the listed servers. I hope you guys are quite familiar with the Active Directory server. Is there any
Yes, yes.
requirement from my side to guide you how to create the AD server?
Tomorrow onwards, I will erase the doubts. Okay.
Sorry.
If I have any doubts, I will ask you tomorrow.
Yeah, because in AD server now, what we have to do, we have to open the Active Directory and we have to create some end users, right? And if you go there in computers, you will find the list of computers, right? So these kind of some
Okay.
basic operations we just have to manage in Active Directory server, right? And in DSCP as
Right.
well. This is my DSCP scope, and like some of the computers are getting IP from my DSCP scope. Okay, Sushma, I will connect with you after this call. Okay. You there?
Okay. Okay, Mahesh.
Okay, guys. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. And we will connect tomorrow at same time, 11 a.m. Okay.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Bye. Have a nice day. And you will get the recordings after this call. Okay. Whenever I will edit the recordings, you will get it. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Mm.